baby. Oh, yes. All right. We DC'd, guys, on the way into Guild Wars 1. I have no idea what that's going to look like on the VOD now. Is that going to break on the VOD? We dead there? You never asked for this. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. Are we back? I hate DCing on streams, man. I need to sort out my router. Hello. 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 Refresh the page, people. We're back. We're back. We're back. How do you buy a ticket? Just click the link that they put in chat for you. We should maybe set up a command for the bot to spam the link. Alright, yeah, we're back. Okay, alright. Okay, and let's get into Guild Wars 1. So there we go. So yeah, the prize pool is currently 564 gold. The more of you that buy tickets, the higher that will go, alright? So, you know, that could be up to 1,000 gold giveaway in the end. If we go nuts with it. I doubt we will, because it's just a dinky little Guild Wars 1 stream. But still. Yeah, if you don't see the stream, you have to refresh. Of course, you wouldn't hear me saying that if you couldn't see the streams or whatever. Alright. Wait, who got banned? Why did somebody get banned? Was it the bot because you were posting links? Sorry about that. Yeah. Alright, okay. Oh, you want me to explain it again? We'll just click the link that they're putting in chat. That's all you have to do, guys. That's all you have to do. Sorry to anyone on Wooden Potatoes 2 that has a quite abrupt entrance into Guild Wars 1 here. Sorry, Wooden Potatoes 2. I didn't just say Guild Wars 2. Is that 564 Guild Wars 1 or Guild Wars 2 gold? Guild Wars 2 gold. That's Guild Wars 2 gold. Alright? That is more gold now than we could feasibly send you in a single mail. The first place prize is currently at... If you win first place, you're going to get about 400 gold. Alright? Wow, that's a huge giveaway. That's a huge giveaway. That's really generous. Just for a random stream? Man, I should do something about that. Look, if this is going to be a regular thing, we'll see what next week's lottery get. Oh my god, look at the lag. This is crazy. We'll see what next week's it looks like. Because if we're doing giveaways that big every week, we should really start... I should start telling people about that. So WPY, are there cow ghosts? Anything can become a ghost, surely. You got 50 minutes to enter. Yeah, I never liked this outpost either. It is very confusing. All right, anyway, so yeah, we're back in Guild Wars 1. We are in the Realm of Torment. We're actually going to go back out of the Vortex here for a second. And we're going to do a side quest, a very epic side quest, a huge side quest in the lore. And one I'm really excited to show off to you guys. And also, as ever, we're going to do some Twitch Plays Nightfall. Do. All right, so here we go. You guys get to vote on straw poll for one of these characters, okay? So, who do we kick, guys? Who do we kick? So just so that people know, if you're new to this, what we're going to be doing is you get to choose on straw poll one character to kick out of my party, okay? So do we get rid of the Master of Whispers, the Minion Master, who has been providing ample defense and offense for us? Do we kick General Morgan, epic bro in the story, but perhaps maybe on something of a weak bit? I don't know. He reduces our damage by a ridiculous amount. He instantly raises us with Angelic Bond. Do we kick Zed Shadowhoof, the centaur that helped us track down Palawa Joko? He's been a sturdy companion of ours for ages now. He's an earth magic guy. Again, more offensive mitigation. Do we kick Norgu, the powerful Panic Mesmer? Who you guys quite generously voted for. We'll give him a rune on this stream as well. Do we kick Dunkoro, long-standing party member, the smiting monk, who actually ends up doing reasonable damage, even though he's on Signet of Judgment? Do we kick Taukora, our second smiting monk, on Defender's Zeal? Probably one of the worst elites in the game. This is like a nothing elite, okay? Or do we vote for Acolyte Susuke, who is air and putting himself into ridiculously dangerous situations and caused us to become much squishier last patch? Alright, last stream. I would just like to point out, okay, when we vote, it's not just a vote for a kick. You're going to vote for a character to either kick or change their build. So, whatever you vote, it's a bit of a risk. For example, if you vote for Susuke... Sorry. For example, if you vote for Taukora because you want to fix her Defender's Zeal, there's also a chance that will just become a kick, okay? So you're voting on a character. After that, we're going to do a fastest finger first, build change, or kick, okay? So, who do we change? Who do we look at in the comp, all right? Pick a character. That's all you have to do, and they'll either get the axe or they'll get changed. So, here we go. Is it Master... Is it Master of Whispers? I almost did what I did on the previous stream as well, if you guys remember, where I typed it into the title. Is it General Morgan? Is it Zed Shadowhoof? Is it Norgu? Is it Dunkoro? Is it Talcora? Or is it Acolyte Sasuke? Alright, Susuke, whatever. Alright, look, I don't know these Japanese words. Ask Boots, he was just there. There you go. So hit up Straw Poll, and we'll see what we're doing with that. Now, however, before we do that, I'm going to do one of these special side quests. So we're going to go back to the Lair of the Forgotten. All right, this is very close to the Crystal Desert, potential location of the next expansion. Let me check. It's just very quiet here, I guess. I think it's just very quiet, guys. If you can't hear the game, it's just because it's very quiet. All right, so this is the Lair of the Forgotten. You are actually going to meet a race that has been much spoken about in Guild Wars 2, but we've never seen in Guild Wars 2. And those are the four-armed snakes, the Forgotten, brought, according to the Kodan, okay, of the most recent patch. One of the Kodan mentions, explicitly references all the ancient races. He says the Masat, he says the Seers, he says the Jotun, and then he also says, and also the race brought by the gods. And the only of the ancient races he's not talking about are the Forgotten. So it was a really subtle little cheesy way. Well, not cheesy at all, but it was a really cool way that the devs kind of suggested the Forgotten definitely that were the stewards of the gods. They were, like, even the Kodan understand that the Forgotten came from somewhere else in the mists. Which sort of harkens back to a sort of cryptic and questionable comment that's long established in the lore, like way back to the Prophecies manuscripts. It was never really clear if they were already there and they just helped the gods out when the gods arrived, or whether the gods genuinely brought them. Well, we have the most recent patch of Guild Wars 2, the most recent patch, once again shone a light on the fact that the Forgotten were brought here by the gods. Like the humans, the Forgotten were brought here by the gods. Okay, Flaganti says, can I just remind people to include their account name in the mail? So, there you go. If you're going to buy a ticket for the lottery, and that's going to keep going up. Look, we're now at a 600 gold prize pool. Shall we update the stream? This is mental. This is mental. 600 gold. Should we not save that for a special something? All right, what was I saying? What was the other question? Oh, what are we going to do after Nightfall's done? Because we're getting close to the end now. Well, what we're going to do is probably Zero to Hero is going to take over. I did say early on in the Nightfall streams that Zero to Hero would resume after we finished it. And I've got more reason than ever to do Zero to Hero right now. I noticed that the initial video talking about Zero to Hero got a lot of viewership. People have continuously asked me about it. I think it's a good idea to go back to. So the Monday streams will start being Guild Wars 2 streams again. Alright, so here we go. Vish Rakish. Oh, first of all, sorry. We got the Lair of the Forgotten. Time has not been kind to this last bastion of a once great empire. The erosion caused by the outward creep of the realm of torment has eaten away at the very foundations of this forgotten citadel, dropping much of it into a vast sinkhole. It is said the lone living witness to the Marganite assault on the gates of heaven and Abaddon's defeat at the hands of the five true gods still resides here, all but abandoned to the mists of time. So we talked about this on the previous stream, and my sort of inference here is there were actually at least two fights. One when he attacked Dwayna's Paradise, and one where they attacked him and cast him down here. And one Forgotten supposedly saw it all. So we got this guy here, Vish Rakish. This world has circled the heavens countless times since I last gazed upon caring eyes. What brings you here, young one? Alright, so there's two. The Cold Touch of the Past, I think, is the ridiculously cool one. We'll do Forgotten Retribution first. The Marganites have hunted my brethren like animals. No matter how hard we fought back, eventually we fell. They allow me to live, only to mock my suffering. Pay them back for the deaths of my brothers, and I will reward you. Alright, I'll teach them a lesson they won't soon forget. Alright, cool, says Mr. Southern American hero. Oh, this is just kill loads of Margonites. This is really rare for Guild Wars 1. Really rare, but they did do it on very vague occasions. What am I hammering on about traditional quests? Some people turn to me and they say, Wooden Potatoes, you're wrong, hearts are enough, right? And I'm like, no, you need traditional quests in Guild Wars 2. I think a lot of people who question me when I say that, they come from like World of Warcraft, and they come from traditional MMOs, and they come from places where this is what a traditional quest is. And they're like, how the fuck can you say that that's any good? Well, when I say traditional quests, I mean Guild Wars 1 style traditional quests. I mean everything else on this quest log except this, okay? This is not what I have in mind. I do speak parcel tongue, yeah, parcel tongue. Alright, so he's just mad at Margonites. I think there's a follow-up quest that's like that too. Here's the Cold Touch of the Past. Master difficulty, baby. This one's going to be tricky, alright? They should have done a hard mode version of this as well. Oh well. Servants of the Fallen One wander across these lands in search of some way to free their master. Once my people were many and strong enough to stop them, but now I am of only a handful who remain. This is curious, right? Margonites versus Forgotten. And that totally would have happened again, because think about, and they don't talk about this ever in explicit terms, but think about the timeline. Gods, Abaddon and company, the gods, brothers in arms, come to Tyria, and they're like, sweet, this place looks cool. It may have been ravaged by an elder dragon rising thousands of years ago, but don't worry about that. This place looks cool. Let's build it up. Melandru, boom, you get on the plants and stuff. Dwayna, you do this. Balthazar, you be moody and fight and stuff. Doom or Grenth, you sort some shit out with death and stuff. All right, cool. Blah 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 blah. They build stuff up. Abaddon builds the oceans or whatever, right? Or repopulates them, and then they're like, okay, we need stewards of this land. Sweet. So Abaddon and company all bring the Forgotten there, and they're like, sweet, this is cool. And then later, as they nurture it, and the Forgotten have helped them nurture it and so forth, they bring the humans there, and then they're like, sweet, this is cool. And then they're like, all right, let's bring magic. All right, and then Abaddon's like, hold on, no, I want them to still have it, even though the wars have broke out, blah 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 blah. So at this point, you have Forgotten aligned with the gods and Margonites aligned with Abaddon, and they sort of would fight each other. It's kind of cool. The Forgotten have had a great role in this story, like considering that they've been so entwined in all that stuff, and then they're also so entwined with Glint and the Elder Dragon story, which is sort of a separate thing. Well, on some levels, it's a separate thing. Anyway, now he is only one of a handful who remain, and we have seen none in Guild Wars 2 so far. The Margonites draw closer to finding what they seek. If they are not stopped, they will wreak havoc upon this world. One such demon seeks an ancient relic known as the Staff of the Mists. This is already crazy interesting that the Margonites and Abaddon care about the Staff of the Mists. Okay? The Scepter and its twin, the Scepter of Awe, woo, were created long ago when this desert was still an ocean. The staff. All right, okay, and here's another thing, right? The fact that this is all so cool. I love these quests. This is like the height of the Nightfall lore, right? He just confirmed that this area here, as well as the Crystal Desert above, was an ocean, okay? So let's look at Guild Wars 2. When they were saying they were going to do the Abaddon fractal, the Fall of Abaddon, a lot of people, I think, will have pictured either the Realm of Torment or, like, Ara or something, or maybe Augury Rock if they were a bit of a lore nerd, which is up in the Crystal Desert. Well, here's the thing, okay? What I always pictured for that fractal, and what would have been the most lore-correct version of that fractal, as far as I'm concerned, and you can feel free to question this, what I think the best thing that they could have done was the fractal actually would have taken place here, guys, at the Mouth of Torment, where there was a city. It's now a ruined city, okay? But it would have been here at the Mouth of Torment. And this city, the ruins of Mora or whatever, this actually would have been an island in an ocean. It would have been an island. It would have been a small area with waters all around. Waters and oceans being Abaddon's domain, and where Abaddon holds his strength. And they would have been ships of Margonites, almost Corsair-like, right? Sieging from outside. And then there would have been the gods fighting on it. It's just too epic. There's just too much. And, like, I hope you understand when I mean, no offense to them, especially not these days, that I think the writers are doing a fantastic job these days. But honest to God, when we're in the middle of Season 1 stories where they're more interested in writing stuff about Scarlet or whatever, how many of you genuinely have the faith that they will have looked at and understood and known all of that stuff and done it properly? Because the second they do that, not only do they not do it well enough, but they've got so many opportunities to break established lore and let me down that I was just terrified of the Abaddon Fractal. I was just terrified of it. I just didn't think they'd do it well. And so I voted for Ellen Keel. And these days, I still, as I maintain, wouldn't vote for a Fractal showing these events. Because, again, it's endgame and you're doing it all the time. And I think the epic moments deserve to be not the repeatable moments in the game. I think, you know, if I was killing Abaddon every day, it would be pretty lame. Oh my god, we have over 700 gold prize pool. This is mental. What if we had like 4 or 5 times the viewers? Which we totally could have. That's mental. All right, well, look, I've got to make some progress here. Okay. Remember the straw poll, by the way, guys. Okay. What in this game isn't repeatable, wooden potatoes? What do you mean? What, in Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars 1? You can repeat everything in Guild Wars 1. Why? Because they weren't scared to character bind stuff. There are very few account-bound things in this entire game. It's like just a couple of tiles. I'm not getting started on it. I'm not getting started on it. We're not doing it. The Marganites draw closer to finding what they seek. If they are not stopped, they will wreak havoc upon this world. One such demon seeks an ancient relic known as the Staff. Oh, we already read that. Shit, I'm so sorry, guys. When it was still an ocean, the Staff of the Mists contains great power and allows the wielder to bend the fabric of reality. If the Marganites are allowed to possess the scepter, they will be unstoppable. You must find the scepter before they do at all costs. The Staff of the Mists lies buried beneath an altar south in the southern regions of the poisonous Badlands, protected by ancient magic. That sounds dangerous and difficult. I'm in. God, the player character in Nightfall has no idea how epic of a story he's in. Oh yeah, I'll just help out. Do. It's crazy. Man, this is so huge though. And all that cut story about the Scepter of Ore from Guild Wars 2. I wonder whether, because if we go to this region, we'll get a bit more. Alright, so let's move on. You'll notice there's still dynastic spirits around, and there's probably still Ascension pilgrims around who follow Churai Ossa to their death through these areas. Imagine following Churai, thinking that you're like following this great hero and this awesome dude, and he's just leading you astray. And even if you finally get through these horrible poisoned outcrops and sulfurous wastelands, you just end up in the damn crystal desert in the end anyway, just to die after all. You're going to need more gold collecting slaves for your lottery soon. At this rate, they'll be overbooked. You mean the two? Well, look, if we're pulling over 1,000 gold a week, all right, for the lottery alone, I think that's good enough for Twitch giveaways. Maybe we can start putting the funds on other things. Through the darkness of my soul's torment, I find myself rooted here. Will the terrible dreams of Churai Ossa never leave me? Perhaps if Grenth would finally accept those I once called friends, I too could journey onwards. Destroy the awakened undead and return the souls of my companions to Grenth at last. He will surely bless such a deed. Look at this. This guy has terrible dreams of Churai Ossa. Great hero who saved a loner? No way, not to these people. Power hungry, mad, leading people to their demise. What a great character. Joe Bum says, I just got off of work. Did you already destroy the forest? We did indeed. Head on in there. Guild Wars 2, they're building the forest right now. See, what I would love to have set up for this stream is a picture-in-picture setup where I have a time-lapse style, you know, just viewpoint of the guild hall while we're playing Guild Wars 1. Could have replaced the face cam for it. How cool would that be? And you just watch a forest sprout up while we play Guild Wars 1. That would have been amazing. You can always fund boots. You say this is an impartial third party. Yeah, well, you spoke in the third person there, so definitely. All right, so once again, we need to target these Cavaliers and keep them down. If you've just joined the stream, guys, welcome, welcome. We do have a straw poll. Oh, God, look, we're lagging. We're lagging. We're lagging bad. Is that OBS lagging as well? I'm sure that's my PC again, isn't it? I was actually I did the challenge fractal last night with this lag, and I just got really lucky that not a single dangerous tail actually hit me on it. Yeah, well, I recorded... Well, last time we built the magical forest, I did record some time-lapse content. I did record some. And that will appear in the review. So that should be good. Here we actually have something very special. This doesn't happen much in Nightfall. So just so that you guys know, Core Guild Wars 1 released the Elementalist, the Mesmer, the Necro, and the Monk as casters. And then as the medium armor guy, it had Ranger. And then as the heavy armor guy, it had Warrior. And that was it. The 6 classes. Factions released the Assassin and the Ritualist, and these 2 classes both had a lot of lore written about them, a lot of little details came out about their place in the world, and there were lots of Ritualist and Assassin bosses in Cantha, therefore. Nightfall didn't have the Ritualist or the Assassin. It didn't have those at all. You couldn't pick them. It was like a Canthan-only thing. Instead, we had the Dervish and the Paragon. So we have lots of Dervishes and Paragons in Nightfall. Very few Ritualists or Assassins ever appear in this region of the world. And yet here, this is a Ritualist. This is actually a Ritualist Centaur. An undead Ritualist Centaur. Very, very rare to see something like that in this whole game. And because he's a boss as well, it was sort of an opportunity through Signets of Capture to probably get some factions-only skills, even though you're a Nightfall character. So those were the funny little things that would go on. Did you miss the lottery? It might be over in a second. Gw2, I already saw you bought a load of tickets, though. I was looking. You bought... Well, I don't know whether you want people to know how many you bought. I think you can buy a max of 10, by the way, guys. Just to everyone else. Yo, WP, have you thought of doing any Guild Wars 1 events in your streams? I super enjoy them. I have thought of it, yeah, but... I don't know really how worth it is. I mean, maybe it'd be fun. Maybe, like, setting up a Fort Aspenwood or something. It's one of those things, though. You can get nostalgic about this game and think you're really looking forward to doing certain things with this game, and then quite quickly realize, you know, yeah, the enjoyment wears off. Like, I remember we had a lot of people watching, like, the first 3 Nightfall streams, and then it just all disappeared. Because people were like, oh, yeah, I've had my fill of nostalgia now. That's it. It's done now. I don't totally blame people for that, to be honest. I felt that myself a little. We started doing this because I really... Number one, I wanted to see how much nostalgia goggles I was suffering from. But also, you know, I was just missing Nightfall. I wanted to play it. And, you know, those first moments in Istan, I was like, oh, it's amazing, I'm back. No, it wears away. They also have dual professions. There's also something they only started doing post Eye of the North. That's a good point. This map's crazy. This is quite a distinct map. Again, like, oh my god. Remember at the start of Nightfall, I talked about Istan? And how in Istan, the Matani Keys looks totally different to the Latenda Bog, which looks totally different to Farina, the First City, which looks totally different to the Plains of Jaren, even though it's just one region, that they had a broad idea for a region, and then they had all these beautiful different places, yeah? And then I compared it to Guild Wars 2, and how, you know, all the Crichton, you can look at the same idea. This is just me pooing on Guild Wars, basically. Guild Wars 2, basically. But look at Kryta. Kryta, Queensdale, is not as divergent from Harathi Hinterlands as is divergent from Gendaran Fields, as is divergent from Kessex Hills, as you experience in Nightfall. You know, there are so many reasons Nightfall, that bar of quality is just so high. And it's still happening here in the Desolation. This map, what we're looking at here, this is not like the Sulphurous Wastes, okay? I mean, I guess the Alkali Pan and the Sulphurous Wastes are pretty similar. I'm not saying every single map is, you know, totally different feeling. But, I don't know. I can't help but notice stuff like that. And I'm not saying Guild Wars 1 got it right everywhere, because obviously Prophecies, they didn't do very well with that. Nearly all the Maguma jungles looked roughly the same. Nearly all the Crichton areas in Guild Wars 1 looked roughly the same. I suppose if you go by game mechanics, you can technically call Blood Tide to Coast still Kryta and say that looks very different. Which is sort of fair, but realistically, the only reason they're classifying that as Kryta is because they didn't want to have like a one region named area. It's just for like an achievement. It's just Alright, they've aggroed on those minions. We just lost all of our minions, unfortunately, because I can't be bothered to fight those stone crags over there. So let's just keep going. Here's a ghostly priest. I left Chiraios' side when I realized his folly, but elemental creatures tore me apart soon after. I realize now that it is not for man to know the true nature of the gods. I fell from the light and angered Dwayna so that she forbade Grenth from taking me into the mists. Work for the light, Sunspear, and Dwayna will bless you with her mark. Hunt the elementals that destroyed me. Alright. Oh, Looks like we got some aggro here anyway. Oh, God, they're Jinn. All right. Okay, you're going to see the power of Searing Flames here. This Ruby Jinn hits like a truck, okay? One cast burns everyone. Second cast explodes damage on everyone. He also has Liquid Flame, which is sort of like a minor version of it too. This is the race that Zomoros is. We would have seen many more of these if we'd chosen Magrid the Sly in the story, which unfortunately we didn't. Twitch didn't vote on that. We did the Master of Whispers instead, who has worse missions, but is a better character. I think it's probably the way I'd sum that up now. Bloodtide is a lot more like Guild Wars 1 Kryta, more tropical and stuff. I don't know whether that's totally fair, because Guild Wars 1 Kryta was also very swampy, and I think the Queensdale, Gendaran, Harathi, Kessex quadruplet, I think that they do well enough at having like some swamps in there. But Guild Wars 1 Kryta, yeah, there were also areas like the beaches. With all the ships that were beached, and the sharks that you could see in the water, and the drakes everywhere, and the mergoyles, sorry. Yeah, no mergoyles at all in Guild Wars 2, as far as I remember. Am I wrong about that, guys? Are there any mergoyles in Guild Wars 2? So what this is it's a mermaid gargoyle. I don't know whether that's a common thing in fantasy. Does anyone know? Does anyone know if that's a common thing, or if that was just a really specific... It's kind of like saying... a Murtar, which is like a mermaid centaur, like an underwater version of a centaur or something, right? Like, it's crazy. A mermaid, an underwater gargoyle, and they existed in Kryta, on all the beaches. They were like these mesmers. You've only just got how they came up with the name Mergoyle? Come on! I mean, we couldn't fight them underwater in Guild Wars 1, but it was pretty obvious they were coming out of the water, and they were all finny and fishy and stuff. They actually, the Guild Wars 1 Mergoyles, to me, in my mind, remind me very much of, shit, what are they called? Are they called Scale? Are they called Skelk? In Final Fantasy X, the things you fight, say, after the Blitzball match in Luca. You got wave after wave after wave of them to do, while Anima kills everything up above. You're escaping with Tidus and Whacker. What are those things called? I can't remember. Sahagins, that's it, Sahagins, I just got it. Yeah, it's like that. We're about to be over 800 gold. Guys, this is mental. Alright, I think we might have struck something here. We might be onto something. Can you just be honest with me, guys? Those of you in chat, those in chat, be very honest with me. Type a 1 in chat if you're willing to play this lottery again next week. If you're actually going to buy tickets next week. The same amount. The same amount. Can I actually expect this week in, week out? Yeah, there's no Mergoyles in Guild Wars 2. Or well, there's Gargoyles out of Halloween, but I don't really know what they did. Is this actually what we can expect for the lottery every week? Because that's ridiculous. Seriously, don't type a 1. Don't deceive me. Don't type a 1 if you're not actually... What is it? This is meant, guys. You know you're probably not going to win. You know, the more of you that do it, the more the money goes. You're probably not going to win. I hate to poo on our own idea here, but you know that you just all like the idea of it really is the lottery, isn't it? It's a big prize for low chance of winning. You're not that rich, but won. Oh, there you go. Aaron says he wouldn't buy every week. What if they do something with the Mergoyles and Steve? Yeah, everybody's like, oh, the Largos and the Crate, they're all to do with the Deep Sea Dragon. No. Steve's minions are the Mergoyles. I want them back, man. They were like, Guild Wars 1 wasn't scared to do some really wild, like, fantasy things like that. I don't know, we had all these minotaurs around, and ogres and trolls, and just so much classic fantasy. And then at some point in the design rooms for Guild Wars 2, they were like, let's do our own stuff. Got to grow the audience. I don't know whether this is going to grow it, though. Doing an 800 gold giveaway on a Guild Wars 1 stream is a waste of cash, realistically speaking. WP, I currently have no money, so I haven't got any tickets. Next week will be different. I totally would buy a ticket. Dude, this is crazy. I should talk about this on the main channel. It'll make someone else happy, and a part of it goes to the guild, so you don't mind losing. Oh, you're a really nice guy. We got great people in this community. There's been one asshole so far, unfortunately, earlier in the week. Literally, the entire time this guild exists, one person who's a douchebag. I think that's pretty good. I think we've got a pretty good track record. Alright, we've got to kill these Cavaliers. This is a pretty boring quest to watch us grind through right now, but trust me, it will be done soon. You bought 1 ticket, which is 1 daily. Come on, lucky ticket. I actually did see that, Inks. Yeah, I did. I did see your 1 ticket in there earlier when I was setting stuff up. Any speculation on the next raid wing? Wizard's Tower, Secret Lair of the Snowmen, or somewhere totally new. That's what I'm calling. Oh, God, no. I don't want to lag out again. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think we're okay. Or somewhere totally new. Those would be the 2 big ones that my money's on. I think the Wizard Tower is a bit higher on my... I don't know. What other raids are there? I'll tell you another raid I really want to see, but I don't think the devs will have considered, alright? So, spoilers for the current story. I'm going to go ahead and say it, right? In the current story, there is a reference to Minister Cordicus going to the Isles of Janthir, alright? We're all hyped about this. We're all talking about this. It's very cool. Now, here's the thing. I think, okay, as somebody else pointed out to me already, and I'm totally on board with them, I think we're going to get Lake Doric, okay? I think they're finally going to release Lake Doric to us. I think it's going to be a full-sized, very vanilla-style map. It's going to be our first level 80 Crichton zone. And I think we're going to go there to sort of intercept or follow in the footsteps of Cordicus as he makes his way to the Isles of Janthir. Will we go to the Isles of Janthir before an expansion? I don't know. But I think we will go to Lake Doric. We're going north of Divinity's Reach. I think it's finally happening. I think there'll be a door that goes out beyond Grenth, just like in the early designs of the game. I think it's going to be epic. However, okay, what I would love, because a raid release might coincide nearby, is I would love a raid taking place in the sewers of Divinity's Reach that explains the Great Collapse, that explains the conspiracy theories that were going on there, that talks about the drakes in the sewers, that treads some areas that we got to see in Ghosts of Ascalon. And I would love the entrance to that raid. If you go to Lake Doric Interior 3D, you can see some pipes leading under the city. I would love that raid to be there. I think that they originally, when they were designing Guild Wars 2, had a vague idea for a dungeon in the Divinity's Reach sewers, and I know people hate sewer sets. I would love a sewer raid, and I want it underneath Divinity's Reach. And that's that's the raid I want most. I actually want that more than the Wizard's Tower. But I don't actually, that doesn't mean I think the devs are doing it. Alright, let's blow up the Margonites. God, that skill's so powerful. Lightbringer's Gaze, it's ridiculous. So lots of Margonites here. We have a guy called Battle Lord Turgar as well, who's using Anthem of Guidance. He's a Paragon. We could take that skill from him, but we don't have to worry about it. Isn't Bit of Frost Frontier technically our first non-80 permanent area? I guess. You're saying permanent because obviously Frostgorge Sound has level 80 bits, right? But yeah. Alright, so here we go. So this is the shrine. You notice it's a shrine to Abaddon. Why is it here? Who knows? This is a shrine to Abaddon. But if we come down here, we've got an ancient Alolan chest, which if we had a key, we could open. There's a well here, which is finally worn out. And here's the Staff of the Mist. It's got the blue ping up there. All right? This is the twin to the Scepter of Ore. This is a powerful, powerful creation. There's like a suggestion that this like bends reality. And the Staff of the Scepter of Ore bends like... I don't think they use the term Aether, but it's like magic. It like bends Aether and magic. You notice that here, as we stood by it, we get the Curse of the Staff of the Mists. The Staff of the Mist does 30 damage to all foes within range every 4 seconds. See, its twin does energy damage, I think. This one does... so this one gives us health regen. This one's like health, the other one was energy, basically, is the idea. And why was one called the Scepter of Ore when they both seem to predate the gods Andor? And, you know, are they both associated with Elder Dragons? There's so much. There's so much. That keys into Lydia and the Queen. Oh, let's not go into it. Did I actually just say Lydia? I meant Livia. Lydia's a guildie of mine. Alright, why have you woken me from my slumber? Who dares to defile the resting place of the Staff of the Mists? It is too late. By disturbing this place, you have unleashed terrible evil upon the world. Oh dear, what has happened? What have we done? Alright, I've lagged out. Oh, there we go. Long ago, the Staff of the Mists and the Scepter of Ore were given to the great nations of the world as protection. So maybe this is why it's called the Scepter of Ore, because it was given to Ore. It's funny as well that if this is the one based on reality, why is it called the Staff of the Mists? Anyway. Predictably. By the way, this story is very similar to Sahothan and Magdea. Great enchanted weapons given, again, to the nations of the world. Predictably, those who wielded their power were corrupted. Terrible horrors were unleashed upon the lands once guarded by their benevolent power. The gods themselves were forced to intervene. They struck down both rulers, sealed the scepters within their tombs, and guarded them with powerful magic. Who are these rulers? Is this predating humanity? Are they forgotten? Who knows? With the Staff of the Mists released into the world again, I fear that the forces of evil will not stop until they possess it. Our only choice is to destroy the scepter. You must travel to the hallowed point and destroy the scepter. Only then will it be out of reach of the Margonites. Dun dun dun. And so the context of this story right now, guys, is they're saying that this one's so powerful and dangerous and must be destroyed. And meanwhile, the Scepter of Awe, players are already familiar with from prophecies, and it had mysteriously gone missing. It vanished at the end of prophecies. Nobody knew where. At this point, when Nightfall came out, nobody knew where. Later, long after we finish this quest, it will reappear at the very end of the very final cutscene at the end of Eye of the North, when we see it with Livia. Who then appeared a little bit in one of the novels, and it's still hanging, okay? So this is all big story, right? I do not trust anyone else with this deed. I will do it. All right, there we go. So then we're going to get going out. So I can't chuck my spear anymore because I got this. If I drop it, I think it does damage to everyone in the area. Okay, no, it doesn't do damage to everyone in the area, so we might be okay. We can just go along. So you notice a ton of Margonites have spawned. One way you can do this is clear the path of the regular mobs, then go pick it up, then you've just got the Margonites to deal with. We're going to have both at once. But I'm comfortable with our defense. And we'll see how we go. In before we're all banned for being gold sellers. Jesus. 800G. 800G, this is mental. I mean, I was talking about this on the other two streams this week, and it never grew that much. There we go. I've updated the stream, I think. The stream title. Setsuna flashbacks? Why? Did I do that voice on Setsuna? When you talk that way, I get Setsuna flashbacks. Well, you both did. Huh. I don't remember voicing any characters in Setsuna like that. Mostly I was voicing like this. I think that series secretly might have annoyed Matt. Because it was just me doing stupid voices for hours and hours and hours. And they weren't good voices. The comedy of it ran out. I mean, some of those recording sessions, I was starting out, I was like, God, I'm going to be doing stupid voices again for ages. Here we've got a big dangerous elementalist. Oh, and I've lagged out again. What is this, man? But he's getting panicked, and we have save yourselves, and we have there's nothing to fear. Mic muted. My mic is muted. Sorry, it's getting too ridiculous, so we introduced a 100-part limit. What? What happened here? Crowdfunding always spikes at the beginning and the end. Also, having it on the overlay helped a lot. Yeah, I agree with the overlay. I think that has done a lot. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm not keeping that price updated or the spreadsheet updated. It's Twicky and Flaganti, so don't thank me. It's genius. But they're like, oh, no, Twicky talked to me earlier about how the spreadsheet works. And he was like, oh, no, it's not difficult. It's you know, it's totally normal. It's fucking genius what they've set up. It's amazing. I can pull the winner from it. It's crazy. There you go. That's great little interrupt there on that. Maybe we should take a bigger cut. If we're getting this much money, maybe the guild should keep a bigger cut. I mean, Christ, giving almost 1,000 gold away. If someone is banned due to helping you with a lottery, am I in a position to contact the devs and ask for it to be sorted? Probably. Given what happened with the Preserved Queen Bee, and given how nice support are, I don't say that because I think I get special treatment as Win Potatoes. I just say that because I think support's good. And they would pay attention to stuff like streams and things, and they would see the reality of the situation. Markanites, the followers of Abaddon, dark magicians tainted by the same madness that infects Varesh. Yes, I know of these things. I once fought them as you do now. I now bestow upon the mark of Dwayne's blessing on those willing to take up my cause, the cause of light. Stop the dark fate about to befall this land, the same fate that took me. Estian will remember us both with honor, Ancient One. I'll do your task. There you go. I don't think we'd read that one yet, which was good. Will the new Zero to Hero have the living story maps? You just blew my mind. I've just realized that, yeah, if you don't have those unlocked, you're kind of screwed. I'm going to say yes, because it makes it so much easier to do. I'm going to say yes. You mean when you abused your position to get your Queen Bee back? It was not abuse. There was no abuse. Damn it, people. We got 100 participants in the lottery, and then we'll cap it. Okay. All right, so yeah, 100 participants max is 1,000 gold. Don't do that American voice ever, forever. Well, I got news for you. I do that American voice a lot, and I'm really good at it. I mean, you may as well just accept that it's perfect, really. Indistinguishable from someone living in Minnesota. Minnesota. There you go. My redneck voice is really weird. It's not supposed to be a redneck voice. I don't know what it is. Oh god, these spikes, man. This is a master difficulty quest, by the way, and we're just sort of spamming our way through it. Do you really need to teach me math? What? 100 participants and each one can only spend 10 gold? That's 1,000 gold. 100 times 10 is 1,000. What? How is that 2,000? Oh, people are spending 20 gold? I thought people were spending 10 gold. Oh, yeah, no, it's 2 gold a ticket, isn't it? Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's 2 gold a ticket. Sorry, I thought it was 1 gold a ticket and people were buying 10. Yeah, all right, I got you. It was 2 gold. It wasn't bad maths. It was just bad memory of the ticket price. See, I don't even know what you guys are spending on it, all right? That's how little involvement I've had here, all right? I don't even know what you're spending on it. I feel like we should get back to streaming Guild Wars 2 just so that more people see. I'm from MN, and I can assure you sound more like Stewie Griffin than an American from the Midwest. Yeah, to be honest with you, if you said to me, hey, WP, think of an American from the Midwest. Think of how they speak, or something like that. I would never, ever, ever be able... I would not know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I wouldn't know what that means. What's a Midwestern accent? I've got no idea. You did a voice in the stream the other day that was brilliant, but I can't remember. It wasn't your nerd one either. Oh, you should tell me. Any voice I'm actually good at, you should tell me. And then I'll just start chalking them up. We'll just try loads and loads and loads of voices until eventually I get a sort of halfway decent one. I think I went the wrong way, guys. This is a bit of a weird layout on this map. I think we have to go like... Oh no, there's a bridge over there. We're alright, I think we're okay. So everyone doing a British accent does some Cockney shit, so it evens out. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I got no shame in being bad at it. I don't think I have to be good at it. Yeah, Stewie actually doesn't sound British to me most of the time. Maybe in the very early seasons, but generally I just sort of think of him as American. I mean, I really, really do. My best voice is and always will be the classic Stewie from the Summoner. Was that how I did it? I'd need to listen to it in game again. I love that moment in the game. I love that so much. And the fact that they reuse it as well. You're a bad man. Stupid villagers. Stupid island living villagers. speaking of island living, how is Sun and Moon? I'm hearing mixed things about it. I do a British voice rather well. I wouldn't even agree with that. All right, governor. Enjoying a nice cup of tea? You guys are making me think of that you could probably do like this really like shameless gimmick stream where the chat can always just vote on like a mode you want the streamer to be in, and like a performing monkey, the streamer just changes their voice to always be whatever Twitch has voted on. Like seamlessly, never talks about it, it's just there. So it becomes like this like cult joke, right? So like on screen you can vote for British voice or Nerd voice 1, Nerd voice 2, old lady. And like if you're actually good at voice acting, right? Or throwing your voice or just doing accents at least. Because they're not exactly the same thing. Oh, careful. We got a bit of aggro back here. We got to be careful of. These guys are running because of these minions. You could just do a stream permanently, and that's just like the gimmick of the stream. You just keep throwing your voice on whatever the audience demands, and act like it's not happening. You vote for Bork Bork. Yeah, we should have done a Bork Bork series. That's what we're gonna do. Screw Zero to Hero. We'll do Bork Bork Guild Wars 1. What should we do, guys? Prophecies, factions, Nightfall. Just Riku's monkey. Oh god, my throat. I can do it there. Monkey! It's something like that. That's the password, guys. Monkey. Oh, I gotta get back to Tomb Raider. I miss Let's Playing. I miss it so much. I just got obsessed with Guild Wars. It's been really unfortunate with Tomb Raider because I got really, really into it. And then I got really into writing the Heart of Thorns review. And then got really into this patch. And I've still got to finish the Heart of Thorns review. Can I do Sid from Ice Age? It's like, I'm like, I don't know. I can do that like noise as he talks. Sure, I can do a Sid style thing like that, but I don't know about the specifics of the rest of the voice. I don't know how that's constructed. I don't know how it works. So we get a bunch of monoliths. We already talked about these, by the way. Appear in ancient places. The first boss of the game was one of them. We're now fighting whole groups of them. Yeah, you're still waiting on the 20th video. I'm really ashamed, actually, of how slow that Tomb Raider series has gone out. I'm really ashamed. It's just far too slow to be any kind of real series. It's bad. That was the worst Sid ever. Well, I want to hear you do better. Go on. Post it online. I saw this amazing thing on Best of Reddit, right? Where this guy, someone posted a rap. I don't know who the artist was. But then some nerd in the comments, you know how you always get them, people have to brag about stuff. He's like, this isn't even that fast. I could easily be this fast. It's not even that difficult. You just have to talk quickly. And then people called him out on his bullshit. They were like, people, all right, fine, go on in. You're going to chat shit and act like you're the big I am, as, you know, so many kids do on the internet. Why don't you show us if you can do something better? And everyone upvotes the guy who responds with that. And they all sort of laugh at the guy humble bragging, and that's it. You move on. You know, the internet, it's done. But the guy that left the comment saying, oh, I could do better than that, and I've never rapped in my life, blah, 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 acting like he's the big I am. He actually did come back, and he said, all right, I'm just like a white kid, but listen to this. And he did a video of him doing the rap, and he was amazing at it. And he's like, I've never rapped in my life, but here. It was the best thing. Change Guild Wars to Bork, Bork, Bork and read the dialogue for one of the quest NPCs. Well, we did that already. I don't want to do it on such a special lore quest. Here we go. So we destroyed the scepter at the hallowed point. And now we can go see Bran for our reward. We also finished. We also killed our 40 Marganites. So you go. Oh. He's still in this map, so we don't waypoint back. All right. Well, let's just walk back to where we were. Yeah, well, SCX, dude, what do you do? Your Google foo is on fire. I can mention basically anything, and you find it. Like, you found that, like, I've forgotten it again. What was it? Lord of the Rings Online? Turbine? Insider MMO development article with all the drama and the juicy gossip and details and stuff? And you found that, like, instantly? You must internet a lot. You are. That's what it means to be good at internet. The lottery's now at 900 gold. It's not just like a couple of... What I'm actually really happy about with this as well is it's not just a couple of whales that, you know, sometimes when we crowdfund stuff, we get like a couple of incredibly generous people that I could never, ever in a million years ever think that they get value for money. You know, like if someone sends me like 500 gold, right? For decorations, it will all go on the guild, right? It's gonna go on the most awesome thing I can think it to. But whenever like the whales do stuff like that, I'm like, man, you're incredible. I can't thank you enough for this. I don't know how to thank you. And the worst thing is, you know, I'm gonna forget your name. I'm gonna forget who did what. You're gonna get accidentally kicked at some point. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, and it stresses me out a little bit. It worries me because I'm like, fuck. I feel like I owe these people something now for, you know, for being so incredibly generous. What's crazy? What's kind of cool about this lottery is I know they're all different people. No one person's put themselves out there so heavily that, you know, I have to freak out about it. And don't, please, if you are one of those whales listening, don't think that I don't appreciate you. It's quite the contrary. It's the absolute opposite. Lots of people have bought 10 tickets. Well, yeah, if you've just bought that one lucky ticket now, Inks, I don't know, man. Your odds are probably pretty low. What's the link of the drama? Oh, it's an amazing link. Maybe SCX can find it if he's interested in it. It's really interesting. Fascinating read. Probably a lot of it applies to what goes on at ArenaNet 2. I think we've lagged out. Oh, God, we haven't. Here we go. Baran. I feel a great burden has been lifted from the world. You were successful? Ah, yes. The Margonites still roam, but at least they will be prevented from using the Staff of the Mists to do their evil. Perhaps now I can rest. Ah. It suddenly struck me while I was reading that. I was thinking about the Hallowed Point, and I was thinking about how, like, it could have been incorporated into the Abaddon Fractal as, like, this place you need to do, like, a bonus objective or something. And then that got me thinking about challenge modes. And then as I was reading the dialogue, this was all going on in my head. And then I realized, oh, actually the challenge modes are really cool now, and they could do something wild with the Hallowed Point. And then I realized, oh my god, hold on, the Nightmare Fractal was unquestionably the best fractal they have ever done. The challenge mode is the best fractal they have ever done, by a long way. And then it occurred to me that if they did do an Abaddon Fractal these days, if it was like the Nightmare Fractal, and like all bullet helly and crazy, I don't know, maybe I would like it now. But again, like, they're just going to fall over on the lore. They're going to fall over on it. I just don't trust that they wouldn't fall over on the lore. And then that would do more damage to me than good. So I don't know. I still say no, but that would be kind of cool. All right, there you go. So that's the Staff of the Mist, guys. That's a pretty epic quest. There's another epic quest, an entire region we haven't been to over here called the Crystal Overlook, by the way. There's been a warrior, the Great Zetuka, by the way, we met early on in the story. And if you follow that, like, there's like a subplot going on, like an Easter egg subplot, where you can follow a story of him going out foolishly here alone to hunt. And around the Crystal, the Desolation now, you can find, like, remnants of his gear, like his horn and stuff, suggesting he died. And you can find another bit there out in that final map. But we're not going to see that on this series. I think that is the one Nightfall map we will never have gone to, which is a bit sad. I think we've been to every single other one. Yeah, because we even did the Barbarous Shore. It's very sad, actually, isn't it? But yeah. Alright. I am in your debt, wooden spear Tato. The Margonites may not be defeated, but at least my brethren's deaths can be avenged. Their souls are free. There's a lot of stuff about trapped souls. Alright, here we go. Main story. Let's check out the straw poll. Let's see what's going on. What did you guys vote? I'll give you guys one quick little moment. Vote on a character to kick or change their build. Refresh the stream. Drop it to lowest quality to reduce your stream delay. Fastest finger first will decide what we are doing with our group as we continue the main story now. So, quick little vote there. Story video coming soon. Yes, I promise. It's coming soon. I promise. It's hard to do. on days where I'm streaming as well. Seeing as how the story lore video hasn't come out yet for Cracking the Ice, how exciting was this patch for me on a scale to 1 to 10? All right, here's the thing. The story was good. I loved the length of the story. I think this is the best lengthed story they've ever done. It's slowly getting better. I think they did really well there. And there are a lot of things I love about the patch. I love the new fractal. I love some of the revamps they did. I love the new map. I think it has bloated rewards, and I've nitpicked at stuff. I love the new map. I love a lot about the patch. The actual story, though, beyond its length and stuff, it was fairly mediocre, honestly. I love the direction of the story, and I'd give it like a 7 or 8. I think they're hitting all the right story beats. I think they've got the exact perfect direction they need to go in. However, the execution of some things... I love what they did with the scroll and stuff, but the execution of some things was a little bit too on the nose and a bit flawed with some things. So generally, it wasn't, and mechanically, the story wasn't very interesting either. I think a lot of it was actually quite poor. So I find it really hard to sum stuff up. That's my problem. I'm not a brief man. I'm sorry. Too much to say. Alright, so people have voted on Susuke with 21% of the vote. Fairly average. Zed actually had the least of the vote. You guys like Zed, huh? You like the centaurs. That's curious. Alright, so Susuke we're going to change. Alright. So, Susuke is our Earth Ellie. What are we going to do? Are we going to kick him or change his build? So type what your preferred thing is. This is going to be fastest finger first. Get ready. Type kick or type change build, okay? And then what I want you to do is enter a number code. And I'm going to say what the code is. And the second I say what the code is, enter the code and press enter. The first person to get it, fastest finger first, wins, okay? So do we kick Sasuke or do we change his build? The code is 89. Go. First person to type 89 and command in the same comment gets it. Let's see what we got. Kick our best DPS. I don't think he is our best. Is he our best DPS? I think he might be. I don't know what he is anymore. Well, let's look here. This is our DPS here. He is out. Wow, he is. He's ever so slightly overpowering Master Whispers. All right, kick 89 came in first from Zebiz. Okay. So, who do we bring back? Goodbye, Sasuke. He's out of the picture. Both of the, fillery characters have been kicked now. Who was the other one that we kicked before? Oh, no. I thought we kicked him before. Alright, so who do we bring back? Do we bring back Kos or Maloney? Make your choice. Kos or Maloney? Kos the boss with the new armor, or Maloney the dervish who he loves and whatever, right? Kos or Maloney, who comes back into the story? Get it typed out. Again, you're going to need a code. The code for this one, fastest finger first, is 66. Too bad that you see the number in chat before you hear it. That means you need to refresh the stream, Martin. You need to refresh the stream. 66. Who do we bring back? Mox is not an option. Alright, there we go. So that was Zebiz. Wow, Zebiz got it twice, did he? Kos 66. Kos, welcome back, buddy. Yes. Yes. He's back. What a gangster. Here we go. Kos with his sweet, sexy new armor. Oh, yeah, we've got some new armor to get as well. I guess we're not going to make as much story progression as I thought we were. Alright, so here we go. We've got Kos. Okay, alright, next, do we keep... So his build is he's got some nice shouts that bolster us a bit of tactics in there, nice hammer mastery, and he's running Earthshaker, obviously the big hammer skill in Guild Wars 2 also. So now, guys, it's your choice. Do we leave his build or do we change it? Type leave build or change build, and the code for this one is 09. 09, both digits, 09, okay? Do we change it or do we keep his build? Keep or change? Gotta go fast. Yeah, vacation's over, Kos. Welcome back. Okay. 09. We're changing his build, says Tixter. Tixter says we're changing his build. Okay, so now pick an attribute, guys. Is he going to be strength? Is he going to be axe? Is he going to be hammer? Is he going to be sword? Which one? We're going to keep tactics as a supplementary anyway. We'll probably keep strength as a supplementary too. Alright, just vote on his new weapon, alright? Axe, hammer, or sword, okay? Axe, hammer, or sword. Get it typed out there. Which mastery will he go for? Or dervish, by the way. We can push him in... No, not dervish. Screw dervish. Alright, axe, hammer, or sword. And the code on this one is going to be 85. 85. Axe, hammer, or sword. Let's not vote on the build. It's time for Koss to have a good one. Axe, hammer, or sword? Before, he was pretty good at sort of doing a bit of, you know, aggression, but not too much damage. Axe 85 from Blecklinge. All right, so we're going Axe Mastery. So let's drop this down here. We'll buy 2 runes here, one for our Mesmer as well. So Axe Mastery, let's get rid of our hammer attacks. Let's put on his Kanaxai's axe, which was wonderfully donated to us before. I'm not going to customize it because I don't feel... Oh, well, I don't know. Let's customize it. Let's customize it because he said he didn't need it. He didn't care about having it back. And I think they're quite common now anyway. So Axe Mastery. Well, we'll customize it in a second. So, guys, the last thing you get to decide on now is his elite skill. What elite skill will Koss have? The selection you have are going to be from 3 attribute lines here, so you're going to have quite a few to pick from. So I'll get through them quite quickly, all right? Maybe something you feel nostalgic about, something that sounds good. But the 3 lines, you can either pick a strength one, an axe one, or a tactics one, okay? So here we go. These are the potential elites that Koss can use as an axe warrior. First, you've got Cleave. Low adrenaline cost, pretty spammable. If it strikes, nice bit of damage. Really renewable, quick, spammy, not particularly potent, but, you know, strong attack. No AoE on it. Decapitate. This is what the Berserk version of Eviscerate is in Guild Wars 2, and I wish that they had done it better. Than just adding an AoE component, but whatever. So this is a huge amount of adrenaline, okay? And then he's going to lose all of his other adrenaline and all of his energy, okay? So this is a massive cost. And then he's going to swing. It might miss, and he's still spent all of his endurance and lost all of his energy anyway. So that's huge, all right? I don't know how well Hero can do that. But if it strikes, he gets a massive damage boost, and he causes deep wound, and it will always crit. Without fail, that will crit. Massive chunky hit. Now, we put a bit deep wound out anyway, so I don't know. Eviscerate. This is the regular burst in Guild Wars 2. This was a super iconic skill for Guild Wars 1. If Eviscerate hits, you strike for extra damage and do a deep wound. And that's it, basically. Eviscerate is like a slightly weaker but more accessible version of Decapitate is like Eviscerate on crack, but it's just way more punishing. All right? So, yeah. Then we've also got... There's not many axe elites. That's interesting to me. You've got Triple Chop. This is actually energy-based, which he can handle. So this attacks a target and all the adjacent targets, so a bit of AoE. And each attack that hits will do quite a substantial amount of extra damage there, too. Triple Chop. Or, finally, Whirling Axe. This, again, is... this is just like Wild Blow and stuff. It's not too much adrenaline. It ends stances and it can't be blocked. So if an enemy's in a stance that causes them to block, this will go through that and stop the stance. Which will mean that I can start doing damage, and it will mean that... Well, just me and Koss, basically. Oh, and General Morgan. So if someone's blocking a lot, Koss can stop that happening, and me and Morgan can start hitting him as well as him. Alright, so those are your axe ones. As I'm reading these, type out the one you like the sound of, okay, to get ready for the vote. So strength, you've got Battle Rage, bit of adrenaline, it's a stance. He doesn't currently have a stance, so this works well. He's got space for it. He's going to move faster and get double adrenaline from all of his attacks. But if he uses anything that doesn't cost adrenaline, such as For Great Justice or None Shall Pass, it ends. So we'll have to be careful about the way the AI works with that. You've got Balls Charged, reasonable. Again, this is a warrior utility in Guild Wars 2. For 9 seconds, he'll move faster, and if he hits someone who's moving, then they'll get knocked down, and it will end when he uses a skill. Not great. This is simulating what it does in Guild Wars 2, but Guild Wars 1 was so much less capable. Next, Charging Strike. For 8 seconds, he runs faster. The next attack he does hits really hard, and then the charge ends. Defy Pain. This makes him insanely tanky. Plus 244 health and a plus 20 armor, and he takes reduced incoming damage. This is insane tankiness. If you wanted to ever see how I soloed Prophecies, could not have happened without Defy Pain. Defy Pain is ridiculous. Dwarven Battle Stance. If he's got a hammer, he knocks people down. If you want to troll me, vote for this, because he's not got a hammer, and it would suck. Flourish. All of our attacks get recharged, and we get energy for each one. The hero's going to be crappy with AI on that. That's a low tier one that you might want to vote for. Headbutt. Again, at Guild Wars 2, this is the Berserker Elite. Target touch foe takes a huge amount of damage. Now, that's armor ignoring damage. And then it dazes costs. Now, the daze would be a problem, except that he's a warrior and we don't have any spells on him. So he's sort of alright. Problem with this is it costs a ton of energy. Okay? And, I don't really know. For damage per second is probably not very good. Mage Hunter Strike. This is a melee attack for energy. If it lands, he does an extra bit of damage. If the enemy has an enchantment, it can't be blocked. Pretty simple stuff. Primal Rage for 11 seconds. He attacks faster and moves faster, but takes double damage. Again, if you want to troll me, that's like an elite version of Frenzy. That's ridiculous. It's really not even that good, honestly. Because he's going to be moving faster anyway. This is an awful skill for our comp. Rage of the Natuka. This is a Nightfall appropriate one. Gain 5 strikes of adrenaline for 10 seconds. Whenever we use an adrenaline skill, it recharges in 5 seconds. I'm not really sure what the use case for that is. Warrior's Endurance. This he can just maintain on himself. It's not even a stance. It's just a skill, so we can have a stance with it. And what it means is he gains energy every time he attacks. But his energy can't go over a certain threshold. But that's kind of cool. That would enable you to use other high energy cost stuff, but we can only have one elite ones. Charge. Everybody moves faster. It's sort of a shitty version of fallback, sort of, for this comp. Victory is mine. He gains health for every condition. It's not too good. Auspicious Parry. It's an elite stance. It means he blocks and gains adrenaline. Gladiator's Defense means he blocks and does AoE damage around him. I love Gladiator's Defense. I think that's really cool. Hero's probably okay with using that-ish. Shove. Target foe just gets knocked down. It's a touch, so it can't be blocked or anything. If the foe was moving, they lose a stance and take damage, as well as being knocked down. Soldier Stance, we have a 75% chance to block, and we attack 33%. Oh my god, Soldier Stance, guys, look at that. I just remind you that our comp is always under the effects of stances. Shouts, sorry. Listen to this. We always have shouts on us. He can maintain that on himself. He gets armor. He has a 75% chance to block. Oh god, sorry. I'm an idiot. Okay. He has a 75% chance to block. He has an increased attack speed. Basically all the time, because he will always have a shout or chant. That is huge. Soldier Stance. That's what the Cornons use as well. That's a really cool skill. If you're not, I would probably go for this or an Axe Elite, but it's up to you. And then finally you got Steady Stance. He will just not get knocked down if he was going to be. Alright? So there you go. I hope you typed out the one you like the sound of, guys. I'll give everybody a second to think about it. Alright, you got Cleave, Decapitate, Eviscerate, Triple Chop, Whirling Axe, Bull's Charge, Defy Pain, Charging Strike, Dwarven Battle Stance, Flourish, Rage of the Natuka, Primal Rage, Warrior's Endurance, Mage Hunter Strike, Headbutt, Victory is Mine, Auspicious Parry, Charge, Shove, Soldier's Stance, Steady Stance, or oh, that's it. There you go. Those are the ones. So, fastest finger first. Get ready. The code is, please, for the love of God, let's get something good here. 17. I want to read that out like a bingo caller when I do that. Wait, what is this? Who knows if it would be a good idea? The guy... What were you talking about? Who died? I was hoping we'd go to the central transfer chamber. It would have been nice to see. I missed everything happened in chat. Who are we talking about that died? Alright, anyway, 17. Yes! Evolution, 1339. Soldier Stance. What a hero. What a legend. Look at that. Koss is this has got some serious synergy here. I like it. We've built a shout. You guys have built a shout comp, basically. Alright, so we've got that. So let's have a look at some nice axe abilities. I'm going to give him Executioner's Strike. I love that thing. I'm going to give him Agonizing Chop, which is an excellent interrupt. If a deep wound's on, which it should be. For energy, he's probably alright with None Shall Pass, Full Great Justice, and Soldier Stance. So I'm a bit scared about putting any more on him. Maybe we'll give him Cyclone Axe though. Alright. And then Penetrating Blow. These two skills are great damage. This is a nice little axe setup here. I like that, guys. I really like that. I think that's good. We'll watch his thing, but I think he's got a nice balance of adrenaline gain, adrenaline costing stuff, and energy gain and energy costing stuff. I really do think he does. So there you go. Let's just quickly grab a rune. Now, there's probably a runes trader somewhere in this place. Let's see if we've got any new hero skills we can grab as well. And then we can finally start talking about the story and move on a little bit. Anybody who's just come to the stream, by the way, we are rebuilding the guild hall right now in Guild Wars 2, so you can head over there and check it out. Alright, so Twicky says that we're done with the lottery. That is the total prize pool, guys. 945 gold. Oh my god. Let me see here. Okay. So, I'm closing the lottery. Boom. We're closed. Alright. Jesus Christ, guys. Jesus, that's a lot of money there. So Times just sent me a PM. I don't know if he wants me to read it out loud. Times Lament, are you still in chat? Do you want me to read this out loud? Oh, the guy who died was the guy behind the Lord of the Rings online posts. Really? Wow, that is sad. So let's get Stand Your Ground. Let's get Never Give Up. Let's get Never Surrender. And let's get Help Me, because hey, why not? Alright, so Times of Men says, hey WP, I just wanted to say I really enjoyed the events last night. So last night, I think what he's talking about is we did a bunch of world bosses. We did a Garen, we did a, the guild did here. We did a Garen, we did a Gw2, we did a Dragon Stand, and a Tyr, I think. We were going for stuff. He says, my playtime lately with Guild Wars 2 and WoW has been either with real-life friends who don't care about skillful play or with good players who are friendly enough, but we're just together to achieve a goal. Last night, rather than feeling like a chaotic fan zerg, it felt to me like I was playing with friends and we were there to get something done. It's been years since I felt that vibe. Last night, the Spud Club finally meant something to me, so thank you for your part in that. Dude, I barely did anything. Literally, I was just there with Kerry and Skype, and we were like, hey, let's run some events. Yeah, I did think it was pretty cool as well. I would love to, like, go in there and optimize the Dragon Stand a little bit more or something. I'd love to have everyone in the Spud Club go in there on Kodan tonics. So everyone's Kodan, like, have a pure Kodan, pure Necromancer, Epidemic, Parasitic Contagion Zerg or something doing Dragon Stand and just seeing how ridiculously fast you can blow through it. I also want to do a 1-burn Morgemoth, which we almost got last night. That'd be really cool. Alright, let me update the stream title here as well. Okay, to 900 gold plus lottery. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, enough talking about that. Sorry, people on WP2 don't even care about this, because they're like, oh, this happened ages ago. Alright, so runes. Can we get runes from here? The Gate of Torment? The entry into Abaddon's realm? The realm of hatred and despair and death and darkness? I suppose to an extent the community is centered around me. What I'd like is for us to be sort of, it not to be so centered around me. I'd like to be sort of something of a gatekeeper and something of a, I don't know, I guess gatekeepers as far as it would go. I'd like to be sort of the entry point to the guild. So everyone who comes is sort of like-minded in as much as we enjoy wood and potatoes style philosophies and games and stuff, right? Like, we probably share some form of opinion or whatever. But beyond that, I'd rather, you know, we sort of become a community in our own right. Not just, it's not just about fanning and swarming me, right? It's about us doing things together. And, you know, and that's what we're starting to see in Discord, right? Like, a lot of people are having a lot of fun in Discord chatting together. I very rarely, if ever, get in the voice chat. I was in there for, like, a grand total of, like, 5 minutes last week, and that was the most recent time I was in there. But people are there and they're making friends and we're forming communities. As long as it doesn't get too clicky, right? I think it'll be really cool. That's sort of what my vision for it is. I don't think there's a rune trader here. Or if there is, it's ages away. So let's get out of here. Sorry, guys. Look, we will get on with it. I promise. Let's go back to our base of operations at the Sunspear Sanctuary. Congratulations to the winners. Not that they're necessarily here. Well, the winners haven't been picked yet. We will read the winners out on stream. It will be happening. Get ready, guys. It will be happening. Yeah, the GMs, the raid groups, Discord, they're doing a great job moving things forward. I know. What I want now, right, is I want some PvPers as well in the Spud Club. I want to form a Spud Club team, and I want to start getting those PvP trophies, and I want to feel like we're doing, like, all the different things. I think that'd be so cool. Oh, thank you, Joe Bum. Thank you. Look, see, the lottery's even earned me something, guys. I got £2 out of this. Thank you very much. 12 out of 10 with lottery again. That's awesome, man. Thank you very, very, very much. Okay, runes. Over here. Do we actually have the cash? We got two platinum, sorry. Silver, Christ. Should probably update those overloads. How have you guys felt about chat today, by the way, down in the bottom corner like that over there? Oh, God. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. All right, here we go. Mesmer. Domination. Superior domination. Let's do it, baby. And then warrior. Where's warrior? Oh, it's right at the start. Warrior. Axe mastery. Superior, baby. Let's do it. All right, let's get that damage rolling. Norgu. Superior. Oh, does he... Wait, hold on. Man, Norgu hasn't got anything. Dude. Well, we'll have to return to him later. And then, yeah, we're going from Major Hammer to Superior Axe. That's what we're doing there. And he's got Canaxai's Axe. There's probably a weapons guy here we can customize that as well, right? Nope, no weapons, dude? No weapons trader? Oh, yeah, there is one. So we have to pull this off of Kos here. Customize, Canaxai's. Nice. So I basically, now that we've done that, I can't give that back. But we now have 20% extra damage. His spear's already got 20% extra damage, so is mine. Okay. There you go, guys. That's our group. All right, here we go. So wait, did we start a quest before? Did we do it? I don't think we did. All right. Okay, so let's set the stage. We fight Varesh. We're like, okay, we can stop Nightfall. We can do it. It's fine. We're going to handle it. We're going to be good. And then, boom, at the last moment, even though she is dead now, she's gone. She says nothing more in the story. That's it. It's over. We have been sucked into the realm of torment, never to get out, seemingly. Anyway, that's always been my impression, even though the mechanics let us get out. Next stream, we will go out again to get some more hero armor. But shh, ignore that for now. All right, so here we go. We've descended. What the hell do we do? We're in a miserable place. We are in the mists. This you'll recognize from Omad's machine. I always confuse those two. And there are many Forgotten around, at least. So Forgotten are very rare on Tyria, but we're not on Tyria anymore. We're miles away. We're much further. That just for some perspective, just so that you broaden your horizons a little bit here. You know how when we were up in the Lair of the Forgotten a second ago on the stream, it sort of felt like we were a long way away from anywhere in Guild Wars 2. We were so much closer to anywhere in Guild Wars 2 at that point than we now are. Now we're so long gone, right? I don't think you can really compare in any kind of spatial terms how close world versus world is to this, or fractals are to this, or whatever. We are in a completely different layer of existence, all right? One where a god, an evil, messed up god, slowly tormented and gone insane, has been imprisoned and began to break free of his prison and kick ass, okay? And it's a very cool design place. Greetings, fleshy one. I am Jinxia, a forgotten keeper of evil souls banished from the mists to flounder here in the realm of torment. The 5 gods themselves imprisoned Abaddon in this wretched place to hide his corruption from the world. Your presence on this plane demonstrates how well that plan has worked out. So you see there, the gods are fallible. Thank you for the advice on an elite team comp. I don't think I will need one. I don't think we're going to be doing that stuff, but yeah. So here we go. We're here. And you notice there's ghosts. There's lots of Forgotten around. This dude with his hero, this dude, for example. He says, "You there. You're one of the sponsors, right? I can't believe any of you actually showed up. Alive, I mean. Well, I guess Cormier was right about you, Sunspears." "What's that?" "Yeah, I know Cormier. Oh, that reminds me. Cormier said I should send you and Dankoro to Nightfall in Jahai to meet with her as soon as you arrived. She wants your help coming up with a plan. Huh, what do you know? I never thought I'd actually get to deliver that message." Boom. What a legend. What a boss. You thought she was dead. You thought she was gone. You thought she'd been doing nothing the whole story. No. Even in death, she was specifically targeted and dragged away by Abaddon into the realm of torment to try and eliminate her from the game. He knew she was a threat. He pulled her to the prison. He tried to finish her off. What did she do? She scouted. She rallied. She galvanized. She left a message for us. She is a hero. Cormier's here. We have to see her. Alright. There's also Keshek here. On your face, then, is it? Many things are changing these days. To see a body of flesh and blood walk these lands is certainly a surprise. Nothing new stalks these lands. I know not what they are, but I know they have caused me to fear. They must be destroyed. Will you seek them out? Oh, sorry. Something new stalks these lands. Right. Okay, there's a new threat, and we're going to help him kill it. Alright. Keepers of Abaddon require your aid. We could get a lot more detail and stuff, but I would just end it with the Gate of Torment description here. I love the names here. When I was like a teen, I read this book series. I don't know what they're summed up as, and there was a new one as well that came out. My older brother brought it for me as a gift recently, and I just haven't read it. Apparently, they're not too good. I think they're by Garth Nix, and they really are sort of adolescent fantasy. So it's not like some massive recommendation from me as a great series. It was just one of the very few book series I've read before, but in this franchise, the books are like Sabriel and Lyriel, and one's called Abhorsen, and then there's a new one as well. Clariel, I think it's called. Or it was new when I got it. And I've never read Clariel. Anyway, so in that franchise, he gives like this perspective of death, and then like there are multiple gates you go through, I think he calls them. I think there were gates. Anyway, it was around that time I was first getting into, well, not first, but I was into Nightfall 2, and I love what the devs did here with the multiple gates. You'll remember, okay, hopefully, that on surface side, on Tyria, there are two entrances where this realm is close to Tyria. There is one that's in the Desolation at the Ruins of Moria, which just opened just a second ago, right, when Varesh died. But there is another area, remember, chat, there's another place where these two realms connect. And that is on the Fire Island chain. That is at the volcano named Abaddon's Mouth. Huh, I wonder why, right? And so it's a very cool thing they did there, though. Once you're in his realm, there's all these gates. You're passing through gates, and another gate, and another gate, and another gate, until eventually you're finally at the final gate, right? It's kind of this cool theming idea for the names of the places. Well, what is right outside of the Ontario side, at that other entrance? Well, you've got the Onyx Gate, yeah, constructed by the Massart, but also, what's it called? Isn't there another thing? One of the what is it? It's the Ring of Fire, then it's something, and then it's, oh no, then it's Abaddon's Mouth, is it? And then it's Realm of Ring of Fire, Hell's Precipice. Yeah, but so anyway, this idea of gates, right? That's the idea. I sort of messed up a little bit there. Yeah, it's young adult literature, yeah. Alright, here we go. So, Gate of Torment. The Gate of Torment stand upon coagulated reality extruded by the realm of torment into the real world. It is nothing more than a thin crust of the real world floating on the edge of the insanity that is Abaddon's prison. Beyond this gate, the forces of Abaddon must not be allowed. If the gate is sundered by the dark god, his evil will pour forth onto the world unabated. Alright, so this is the last line of defense, which is actually okay-ish right now. But so it makes sense that we came here. Abaddon's physical body we saw little bits and pieces of, by the way, in Varish's ritual. Yeah, so the Door of Kamali, it's kind of like, imagine someone else, like Varesh Ossa, was trying to bring about Nightfall or something at some point and was doing this ritual at the Fire Island chain and opened it up. Then the Massart come and stopped that happening, similar to how we just stopped it. And then they're like, shit, well, there's this opening, what do we do? And the Massart built their own door there, the Door of Kamali. It's kind of the suggestion. There's nothing explicit that ever says that. That's headcanon. But yeah.
Greetings, wooden spirit header. Can you help me? My father was a devout worshipper of Lissa. Now he can't cope with the injustice of his imprisonment here. The gods had no choice but to contain those tainted by Abaddon, but being condemned to this horrid place after a life of service to Lissa was just too much for him. Now he's deluded himself into thinking that this is the mist, and...
Wow, that's interesting that the way they termed that.
Now he's deluded himself into thinking this is the Mists, and that as a follower of Lissa, he should have servants. He shouts to those imagined servants, ordering food and drink and threatening to complain to Lissa when nothing appears. I bartered for some wine to placate my father, but the merchant got frightened by some demons and dropped the crate. Would you mind to defeat the demons and retrieve my missing wine?
Of course, it is the least I can do for a devout follower of Lissa. Right, there you go. The accent shifted halfway. Your herald is a tomed up piece of crap. Is the stream almost over, WP? How long have we been going? About 15 minutes. What I'll probably do is trigger the cutscene for the next mission, and then we'll nip into Guild Wars 2, have a little bit of a look at the hall, and then we're going to do that giveaway. So yeah. You wonder what my neighbors are thinking? I think they're probably used to it at this point. WP, you're born. I don't think anyone would hire me to do that voice. Like, really. Unless it's like a game like a very cartoony game. Alright, here we go. If I remember rightly, there's a huge attack that comes here. So we were at the Gate of Torment. And this area follows no logic in terms of where the different maps are associated and connect to one another. There's no logic here at all. I think it's an expression of Abaddon's insanity and the inability for us to perceive the mists as a normal physical space, a physical dimension. They're just interconnected fragments of reality, all loosely combining here at various outposts, okay? It's like the fractals of the mist, but with no central location to bind them together to travel through. You're just wandering through hell, okay? And so what you're seeing here are Abaddon's visions for the fallen versions of the real world, okay? So Nightfall and Gw2, it's a bit of a cop-out, of what the devs are doing, because they're probably saving a bit of time, maybe. But this is Nightfall and Gw2, guys. This is like, you remember how the garden fell into night? Well, Abaddon sort of, I like to think, has his own blueprint for the Nightfall and Garden in Vabi, and then eventually, through Varesh's efforts, he manages to push that into the real world. Well, this is what he wants Gw2 to become. Gw2 is the map where the lovely villagers with Maloney once sheltered us, okay? This is what Gw2 could become. Oh, no, it's not. That's the Marga Coast, isn't it? This is just, Gw2 is where the tomb to Palawa Joko is. It's where the statue is, where Palawa died, and so forth, alright? So here's a warden. You must assist us. I was once a jailer. With Abaddon's rise, the beasts I imprisoned broke their bonds and escaped. I am now tasked with destroying the graven monoliths I let escape. If you will lend your all-too-fleshy hand, I shall bestow upon you the mark of those who fight on the side of light. Okay. Double XP from monoliths and so forth. And look who it is. Still kicking ass. Still alive. Blind. In literal hell. And still working her ass off. This is Cormier. This is a strong character. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. She's a strong character. To actually, if you actually view the story that they wrote here, it's kind of ridiculous. They just didn't package it properly, I don't think. Anyway, the journey of life is best taken with good company. Wouldn't Potato? Dunkoro, it's good to see you. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a predicament. Let's get moving. I'll explain as we go. And Dunkoro says, what is this place, Cormier? And more importantly, what are you doing here? And she says, this is Nightfall in Gw2. It is but a shadow of the Gw2 bluffs of our world. Abaddon has dreamed it into being. And when the dream is complete, the bluffs will fall into night. This is what Abaddon will do to our world if not stopped. As for me, I found myself trapped here, pulled bodily into this realm. I am still blind, yet can sense the pain around me. I fear that I, like others, have been contaminated by Abaddon's touch, and my body and spirit are now bound here by that foul taint. Oh yes. So this garrison, guys, do you remember ages ago, that we're looking at there, do you remember ages ago when we were trying to get our Paragon Elite skill, one of the anthems or whatever? This is that garrison. This is the southern side of it. Yeah? Do you see? We're coming up from the south right now. I'll show you where the entrance to the Sunspear Sanctuary is. These maps, when you realize what they're based on and you know the original versions very well, are quite fun to explore. She says, all those who come into contact with Abaddon are fated to come here. It is the only way to prevent their contamination of the rest of reality. As long as Abaddon's presence remains, he will corrupt all he can reach and doom them to eternal torment here. So we've already heard about a few spirits like this that are getting just trapped here because of corruption. Like, if you're touched by Abaddon, the gods need you gone. They need you out of the picture. They can't risk even any information of Abaddon's existence getting out. They've hidden him and everyone affected by him away, whether they deserved it or not. Perhaps foolishly. The dark god of secrets was contained here once, unable to harm those of our world, but he has begun to break free, and he moves the walls of his prison outward. Unless we defeat him, he will turn all of Elona into a nightmare realm like this one. Not just Elona, by the way. If you're a character from other campaigns, you will have seen his attacks on Lion's Arch and on Kaineng Center that reveal really he has global plans. It's not just Elona, it's global. I just got a permanent hairstyle size contract, but don't have the gold to list it. Will you middleman it if I can find a buyer? Yes, if you find a buyer and you catch me online at the right time, and we can do it as quick and easily as possible. Yeah, I'll be a middleman for you. I'm happy to do that for anyone, by the way. If you want it on a stream, if you want it on this stream before we close it in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I suggest I'm happy for that as well. Or one of next weekend's streams, totally fine. Show me on the doll where Abaddon... Oh, wait. No. I don't think I can be a middleman, can I? Because I can't accept gold. I can't be a middleman. No, I'm sorry. Not if I'm gold capped. I take all of that back. Unless you do it through, like, Ectos or something. And unless it's a pure item trade. The contract for Ectos or the contract for Linseed or the contract for something. I can't do it. This god is getting kinky. I don't know what that means. As long as we're being mature and just having some fun, it's fine. Oh my, I'm watching you live for the first time. You only watch my videos on YouTube till now, but it was super duper. Thank you very much. It's nice to see you. It's cool to see someone from YouTube today with no announcement. No, the permanent contract wouldn't cap me at all. There's no item cap in the game, only gold caps. So I can accept a permanent contract from one guy and, you know, 700 gold worth of Ecto from another guy and then swap. I can be the middleman there, a trusted middleman there. Or I can't do it, basically. I can't take gold from people because I can't accept it. Yeah, it would take weeks and weeks to move it through a middleman unless we did it with items. I just blew their mind by talking to them. Did I blow your mind by talking to you, Danger Mammal? Can one of the mods, Twiki or Fingerlights, just confirm to me the lottery is good? We are good to give away 950 gold here, yeah? Why are winners being picked on the spreadsheet? What kind of a question is that? How else do we pick winners? Winners are being picked because the spreadsheet has all of the... I mean, I'm thinking there might be like an overlay thing I can look into at some point, which like spins a wheel on stream and it could be really fun. But we have a random generator for it. It's fine. It generates. It counts for everyone's ticket that everyone's bought, who each ticket belongs to, and then we RNG it. Okay, we're good. We're good, apparently. So basically, guys, the guild takes some of those funds, and then we're going to spend those on Black Lion skins, which are given away completely for free. You don't buy tickets for them or anything. Completely for free, hopefully, on the other streams. That's the idea of this whole lottery. So every single stream I do will have a cool giveaway. You mean like winners keep popping up now? What do you mean? Oh, is the spreadsheet public? Are people already looking at the spreadsheet? Shouldn't we have that be private? Yeah, Guild Wars 1 945 gold giveaway. It's Guild Wars 2 cash though. Just to be clear about this. So here, look, now that we've gone a bit north, obviously the quest didn't require us to come totally here. The only problem with our comp, guys, is we've got some serious defense. It's just we kill so slowly. Koss is getting his damage up there a little bit, I guess. He's doing a bit better. Since he got his rune, so's Norgu. But you notice all these guys are level 28 and it's normal mode. But here, so look, this is the Nightfallen version. That is the Nightfallen tomb. Okay? Now remember that Order of Whispers quest we did? Where a Titan was said to have come around? Yeah? And that was his tomb and he escaped? And then down here, okay, this was the command post, our sanctuary before. With each laboured breath, Abaddon frees more demons to plague us. The realm of torment overflows with them, ruining any hope we have of controlling the darkness wandering through this tortured landscape. Help us restore light to the world, human. Take up the mark and kill these demons. Okay? So this, okay. Oh, I don't think I can go there yet, though. Because our quest, we have to finish the quest. Otherwise, it would reset our progress. That's like another outpost, though. That's like a bonus outpost. That's like a sanctuary that you can go to. That's almost one whole platinum. I would love to title my streams as Platinum Giveaway in Guild Wars 2, but not enough people would get it. It would just complicate things. So if anything has changed in the sheet while it's closed, but not really closed because WP didn't do it on the stream yet. I closed it earlier. What do you mean? Do you get something if you reach 100,000 potatoes? You'll have to ask Flaganti about that. He set up the potatoes. Man, these quickening Zephyrs, I actually quite like them at the moment. You can kill these arms here. Oh, is this is not the primary quest, I'm guessing, that we're doing right now. This is the secondary quest. I think these things, the Scythes of Chaos and all this stuff, I think these are that other quest, the new threat that the guy was talking about being here. Look, these guys are using Defender's Zeal, guys. And they're some of the most hardcore enemies. One second, guys. Alright, okay, sorry. Alright, I understand. There was just something small about the lottery and the way we're picking the prizes I needed to be sure about. Oh, sorry. Let me just move over here. So here's the wine crate. Hopefully this isn't too difficult. The drink of the gods, it's called. Okay. Nerese's wine accepted. Is that it? That's reward. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's go back up to Uncharted territory. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the giveaway will be pretty soon. It will be pretty soon. Man, look at all those interrupts. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Finally, he got a single cast off. One cast after all that time. Let's watch how Koss's attack speed and stuff's going. He does always have a shout on him. Soldier's stance seems to not be on him right now. There you go. It's on him. It's on him there. Oh, so here's the other thing as well, okay? On this map, now that we're in Torment, each map has a different buff, a different debuff that affects us for every single thing, right? So here, we are under the effects of edge of reason, okay? We are on the edge of reason, and what this is that the skills get disabled for an additional 3 seconds. It's kind of like, think about fractal instabilities in Guild Wars 2, okay? Every different Nightfall and place that we go to from now on in the story will have a different one of these. And it gets to the, which is why you see I've now got a recharge on Save Yourselves. And what the developers are doing there, by the way, is they're comboing that with Quickening Zephyr, which the enemies use, and the enemies don't get this debuff, so Quickening Zephyr, they get the full benefit of it, and we don't even get that. So that's what they're doing. And generally they're not too bad for the regular game, but then what happens at the very end is you go to an elite area at the, after everything's done, if you want, like a raid, okay? And there's some really potent, powerful ones. Like, you know how fallback heals us as we move? One of them, the Foundry of Failed Creations, is the reverse of fallback. And you just take damage. Every little movement does damage to you. Stuff like that. In the City of Talker, you take energy loss continuously. Here we go. So we're moving through now. This, where we've been taken to, again, if you think about this in the real world, this is the fortress of Jahai. This is the place that barricaded us from going to Vabi, and we had to do all that other stuff, kill the drought and go through that tunnel, right? We had to do all that to avoid coming here. Well, in the Nightfallen version of it, we can just walk through. Abaddon destroys indiscriminately. This is nothing to him. He doesn't care. It's the same old. And up here, we're going to see something pretty cool. Remember I was talking about the Titans? Oh god, we had Twitter open. Sorry, guys. Remember how we were talking about the Titans? Well, guess what? Titans in the realm of torment. Why? Well, we'll see. Sort of. I guess I'd have to go into the realm of torment to probably talk about that. But these Titans are minions of Abaddon. They're slightly different variants to what we saw in Guild Wars Prophecies. But yeah, they are sourced from here. They are being created by Abaddon. Now, not necessarily all Titans have to have been created by Abaddon. It's just that we know he manufactured them. It's possible that other people at other times have manufactured Titans, and Abaddon's just one of them. And he's got his foundry in here. But yeah, basically they're all coming from a place called the Foundry of Failed Creations, which is an elite area at the end of the game. Nightbot has 16,000 potatoes. Jesus. Yeah, the Black Beast of Ark. He was cool. All right, and here we go, guys. We're gonna get a cutscene. This has been a slow Guild Wars 1 stream, very slow. But here we go. We're gonna get a cutscene, and we're gonna get a little bit more story with Donkey, our old friend, who has been with us for so long. Notice how when we got in here, Cormia was like, she liked seeing us, but she also liked seeing Dunkoro. Remember, Dunkoro was her right-hand man. They did everything together. And so, here's a tortured Sunspear. Well, fellow Sunspear, you're not someone I expected to see. Ah, there you are. Cormia has asked me to show you something. What did Cormia want you to show us? Are you sure you're ready to move on? We're entering dangerous territory. I'm sure.
You seem troubled, Dunkoro. What's the matter?
We should not proceed. This place is madness. Let us retreat to our own world and prepare defenses there.
Would you abandon those trapped here, Dunkoro?
I would, if it would save the rest of us.
Father, would you sacrifice me as well?
Son, is that you?
It is, Father. Help us now.
You are a good man. Why are you here?
The power of Abaddon taints even those who oppose it.
Such is all our fates, unless Abaddon is defeated.
Then there is no running away from this.
No. No. We must press on. We must destroy Abaddon. We must save my son.
Dun 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 dun. So yeah, the reveal. Dunkoro's son. And there you go. Again, not really done very well. It's interesting to really see that Nightfall even struggled with some things. But yeah, a little bit of development for him. I like in principle the idea though of introducing a character very early and you only really get good development on them right towards the end. Maybe it's just my love for the way that friggin' Squaresoft handled Auron in friggin' FFX. Anyway. Wooden Spear Tato. Cormia told me you would be coming. She has gone ahead into the domain of pain to scout the area. When you're ready, you should catch up with her. The battlements are heavily guarded, so you should be careful. Alright, and we got a mission, guys. So we actually have a mission. We're going to learn a lot about Doom here. Yep, the Doom. The special, the one and only Doom, Doom, Doom. Somebody asked what the DPS tool was. It's called Guild Wars Toolbox. You should check it out on the Guild Wars 1 Reddit. You should sub to that Reddit. Help foster a bit of a community there. Keep the ball rolling. Keep it moving. But yeah, this is kind of a scary, spidery looking place. Now, you guys might remember that spiders in Guild Wars, spiders from the mists, I guess. Well, actually, I think they're more like, they have 6 legs. Anyway, driders. Driders are things from the mists. And we're going to learn about their association with Doom. But that'll be on the next stream. Let's, very briefly, head back over now to Gw2 to check out the guild hall and do our giveaway and close this off for the day. So here we go. And then I'm going to go play a Crack in the Ice story for the third time. Third time? Well, sort of. I've redone certain missions for achievements. To get footage for you guys and do a story video. And I think I'm going to do Asura male. I think I am going to go for that on this one. Driders have 6 legs and 2 arms. So what does that count as? Is that still, is an arachnid 8 appendages or 8 legs specifically? Yeah, you can see them holding the little things, yeah. Yeah, Dunkoro did have a son and he died and he's caught in that soul river. Like the River Styx. Okay, so Twiki just said he's going to announce a slightly easier way to close and announce winners, but we'll do it later. Twiki, if I get that overlay thing where we spin a wheel, the Wheel of Fortune for the lottery, that could be pretty cool too. Guys, I mean, I'm just waiting for my client to load up. It takes me a little while for Guild Wars 2 to turn on, and then we'll swap over. I do just want to say, though, to those of you who have been coming for Nightfall, we're getting closer to the end now. I really, really appreciate that some of you are still here, enjoying these, watching these with me, having fun, remembering what the old game was like. So many people are only interested in, you know, that one thing, and so it really is a powerful thing. It means a lot that you guys are here. Hopefully one day I'll start streaming other games, and if this kind of outturn was what I got when I was streaming other completely random or different games that, you know, you don't traditionally know me for, I'd be totally over the moon. And specifically with this lottery as well, this is insane. This is really, really, really cool. Thanks to everybody who participated. Unfortunately, Zombie Boy 0420, you can't participate in it anymore because ArenaNet have capped the amount of gold that people can send or take on their mails. So unfortunately, the people accepting the money are capped right now and they can't get any more. So there's going to have to be a maximum number of tickets we can sell each time. But yeah. I mentioned that thing with the other games. I don't have any plans right now to do other games on the stream. So don't worry about that. But, you know, it would be nice to think I'm not just a one-trick pony forevermore. I was actually, I had a developer talk to me yesterday about a game they're working on. It's got about 50 employees, and he says about this has got nothing to do with Amazon, okay? Nothing to do with Crucible, nothing to do with New World, all right? Nothing to do with Breakaway, but I think we're all well aware that Breakaway's got nothing to do with Arena. But he said that he's working on a MOBA called Gigantic. They have a website called GoGigantic.com or something, and they said you should check it out. Apparently, a lot of people, including James Finney, who I think was one of the big guys at ArenaNet. He says that like half of that company making that game, which has currently got some betas going on and stuff, are ex-ArenaNet folk. There we go. Yeah, the music was loud. Sorry, guys. There you go. WP, did you catch Matt's podcast with Josh? No, I never listened to that in the end. I asked him how it was going. He was like, oh, you should just listen. But then I didn't in the end. Apparently it was good, though. It was one of the longer ones they did, I think. Alright, okay. So let's go check out the guild hall. How has the Magical Forest been going? Let's see what people have done. Woo! And then we'll do the lottery. Here we go, guys. Who's going to win? Who's going to win big? Biologically speaking, it's 8 legs, though you consider arms. Well, what's the difference biologically between a knee and an elbow? Oh, I've been stood here hoping for more decorations to load in, but I guess, oh, what? Oh, this is kind of cool, though. Alright, so there's loads of space left, guys. There's loads of opportunity to remake this magical forest. Come on, we got to get this looking as good as the old one, at least. I suppose it will take some time. Probably about 3 days or so before global cap strikes. Oh, this is nice. Look, we're actually doing some different stuff. This is cool. Man, alright. Yeah, Matt told me that he didn't want to bog it down with Guild Wars and just only ask about Guild Wars, which I think is very smart of him to have done. You know, Josh probably is, he's not going to be at liberty to talk about Guild Wars anyway. Matt's co-hosts on there don't give a crap about it. Matt probably only gives a limited crap about the game anyway. So yeah, I think the more professional thing to do was to not talk much about Guild Wars. Just talk about development in general. Everyone was watching the stream, not decorating. Yeah, that's true. Well, no, it's fine that we didn't blow it all in just 2 hours. It's good. It means people have got lots of opportunity to make loads of other stuff, doesn't it? I like it. I think it's fine. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, this is it. This is it. Here we go. Here's the giveaway. First, I'm going to announce the 3rd place winner. I'm going to generate the winners on the spreadsheet and screenshot it because it keeps getting regenerated at the moment. All right. I'm going to screenshot it, and then whatever I get on the screenshot, these are the winners. That's what the say is. That's how it's going to go. I don't care if you go to the spreadsheet and you see different winners at the time. It's what it was when I was there, okay? And I'll be announcing on stream, all right? And that's all. There's no contesting it. So, let's see what we get. Oh my god. Wow. I was really scared this would happen, but it did. All right, here we go. Well, so let's see. Let's see. All right, okay. So. Okay, I've got the winners, guys. I know who's won. All right. Okay, so. Let me go to... Let me go to... Can a mod just confirm I did that correctly, yeah? Sorry that you can't hear the game. It keeps muting the client every time you turn it on and off again. It keeps turning off that setting, which is really annoying. All right, so here we go, guys. 3rd place. 3rd place for the Spud Lottery for a prize of 94 gold. All right, 94 gold. Is Melvin Dorcas. Melvin Dorcas, 6792. Melvin Dorcas, congratulations. You are 3rd place. You've won almost 100 gold right there, straight up. I hope you enjoy that, and you should have a mail at some point. Maybe not instantly, but you will get a mail. So if you're around, Melvin Dorcas, congratulations. Everybody give a big round of applause. Let me a round of applause. This is why I need to set up a soundboard. I need to be a better streamer. Whee! Okay, there you go. So that's third place. I know you're all excited. You want to go further. All right, here we go. So, 2nd place. The person to come in 2nd, who's winning about double what Melvin won, okay? This person is going to win 189 gold and 14 copper, all right? This person is... Theoi9847. That's Theeoi.9847. Theoi, you are the 2nd place winner, and you are going to be able to take home straight into your pocket there 189 gold, 14 copper. Yeah, there you go. Oh, here we go. The big prize now. The big prize. First place. First place is get taking a big jackpot here, okay? A big jackpot of 661 gold, 99 copper, all right? 661 gold. That's a big pot. That's more than we can actually mail you in a single week. That's a lot of money, okay? So, that person bought ticket number 376. This was the 376 ticket that was bought. And that player who gets that is Gw2 7034. Gw2 7034. Who I will point out, unfortunately, I love you, Gw2, but is one of our games masters. So it's not even well, he's a member of the community. But yeah. Gw2, one of the people who runs some of our events. Rigged. #rigged if I've ever heard it in my life. He actually won that. So there you go. Over 600 gold there. Spend it wisely. Enjoy it. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, guys. But I think Gw2's won some other stuff too. It seems to be that people who like B-Boy won massive the other day as well. People who get like a bit more involved. Maybe there's like a subtle little advertisement there. Yeah, rigged. Spam it up, guys. Make him feel bad. He's right there in chat. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. That's the lottery. That's the first lottery. I will post a screenshot. Sure. 1 second. Let me just do that again. Let me just copy that. So here you go. This is what we rolled, guys, in chat right now. You can take a look at that IMGA link just to see and have confirmation of who it was that won. That was what we rolled. You guys can enjoy those prizes, those delicious, delicious prizes. And once again, we will run another lottery next week. I hope it does this well. I mean, this was really incredible. What this has done, guys, is this has also funded some other Black Lion skin giveaways that I'm going to be doing on the next streams that we run. So I'll see you on Saturday, and I'll see you on Sunday, and I'll see you on Monday for lots more big giveaways, chances to win stuff, more reasons, hopefully, to tune in and stick about on the streams. And we will see what happens. So thanks, everyone. If you are a part of the Spud Club in-game, there is a bountiful wealth of decorations to play around with right now. And hopefully you can do stuff with that. I'll be back with some progress report on that on the next Saturday stream too. And hopefully the very next time you will see me will be that story video for A Crack in the Ice, since the patch is about a week out now. So cheers, guys. Hope you all enjoyed Guild Wars 1 for today. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And I will see you very, very shortly. Have a good one, guys.